One of the harshest realities of the wrestling business is how much a wrestler travels in a year. Whether it be by plane or car, a wrestler's life is very nomadic. You may wake up on one continent and by the end of the night you're halfway across the world entertaining crowds in places you can't even pronounce. Something most casual wrestling fans might not know, however, is that wrestlers pay for their travel. Now, while the WWE might pay for your international airfare, when it comes to being on the road, wrestlers are entirely responsible for their expenses. That means rental cars, hotel rooms, food, and any other expense comes directly out of pocket. Longtime fans have undoubtedly heard stories about how frugal guys like Mick Foley, CM Punk, or Brock Lesnar are. There are even legendary stories of Owen Hart staying with fans on the road to save money so he could send it back home to his wife so she could put a down payment on a home. However, nothing compares to the person that we are looking at today, who is without a doubt the world's cheapest wrestler. This is the economically responsible story of Matt Rivera and his TNA tryout. On November 13th, 2013, TLC aired an episode of their show, Extreme Cheapskates. The episode featured a man named Matt Rivera. Matt was training to become a pro wrestler, and like many wrestlers before him, Matt liked to save his money. What differentiates him from other wrestlers, however, is the lengths that he went to save mere pennies. Matt started training around 2007, and in the 6 years that followed, he's gotten his spending down to only $300 a month. One way he manages to live on such a small budget is by living with his mother in Orange County, New York. But trust me, that's just the tip of the iceberg. You know what? Maybe it's just better if I show you. Here it is. Here's Matt's appearance on TLC's Extreme Cheapskates.
Now what makes this protein shake different than any other? It's the cheapest protein shake. You see, I use the peels, I use the eggshells, and extra food. Why waste? It's the best and cheapest protein shake ever. I am Matt Rivera, and I'm the cheapest wrestler in the world.
Now, I know this might seem like a really weird thing to do, but in researching this video, I came across several people who did the same thing, so I can't really hold this one against Matt.
Being a wrestler could be really expensive, so being cheap definitely helps me out. I keep my tissues right here by the window so the sun can hit them.
I'm sorry, you what?
I keep my tissues right here by the window so the sun can hit them.
Well, I guess we know where COVID-19 came from now.
I might blow my nose, let them air out dry, and reuse it again. If they're really wet, I might wring them out first.
For the love of God and all that is holy, no!
I might save a few dollars a week.
Brother, throw away the snot rags. Send me your PayPal. Christ.
I don't call my son cheap. I call my son frugal. I know everybody else says he's cheap.
I'm not even mad at Mom here. Mom is just desperately trying to make sure that her son doesn't come off as a lunatic on national television. Whew. Uphill battle, ma'am. God bless you.
I actually only own 2 pairs of underwear.
Oh, God, no!
I'm wearing one right now, and this is my second pair. So, I'm gonna do something called the sniff test.
You dirty, 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 dirty man. Don't you dare!
It's wearable. I can wear it again.
What?
For me, it's all about being creative, finding new ways to be in competition with all of them, but not spend the money that they're spending. Mom, can you help me shave?
Oh, he gets his mother to shave him. That poor woman. She's a goddamn saint.
Mom! There's nothing I won't do to save a couple bucks. I shave my head.
No, your mother shaves your head, which you decided to share with us for some inexplicable reason.
It's cost efficient. No shampoo, no barber, no conditioner. And on top of that, I look tough. Slower, please. Making me nervous.
Oh, you're such a chicken.
Slower, jeez.
Okay.
I love how even his mom is basically calling him a pussy. The seldom seen, often feared mom burn.
Me and my mom are like best friends. She buys all my food, and I just take it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the most punchable face in America.
This is my El Cheapo wrestling bag.
Could you imagine the smell that bag must contain? Keep in mind, this is a guy who only has 2 pairs of underwear.
This cup I actually borrowed from another wrestler for a specific match, and it's pretty old.
Oh my God. So not only does he not have his own cup, he had to essentially steal another wrestler's cup, but then he smells it. Why do you keep sniffing things that touch your dick?
The most expensive part of a wrestler's outfit is his boots.
You know what? Those didn't look half bad. Good for him. Maybe he spent a little money on his boots.
These are in really bad shape. But in order to keep them useful, I tape them. Just have to go all the way up the leg.
Oh, you gotta be kidding. How much are wrestling boot laces? You know what? I'm just gonna look it up. Wrestling boot laces. $2.99. $2.99. You have to be spending more than that on tape.
If I want to learn how to wrestle, I need to be in the right wrestling facility.
Matt came in here asking for free training. I thought he was crazy.
In order to get free training, I have to do a lot of cleaning. Help fix the ring, take it down, and put it back together again.
Okay, so I've been pretty harsh with Matt so far, but if he's willing to put in the work outside of the ring to be able to get training inside the ring, and his trainer's cool with it, good for him.
You've been training your butt off. It shows. You received a call from Kentucky. And for what I heard, TNA wants to give you an audition.
Okay, so I'm just going to ignore the fact that he called it a goddamn audition. And with that, all of Matt Rivera's hard work and penny pinching finally paid off. He was on his way to Kentucky for his TNA tryout, one step closer to achieving his dream of becoming a professional wrestler. Impact Wrestling is an American professional wrestling promotion founded in Nashville, Tennessee by Jeff and Jerry Jarrett in 2002. The promotion was initially known as NWA Total Nonstop Action, or NWA TNA, and was associated with the National Wrestling Alliance, though not actually a member of that governing body. In 2004, the promotion became known as Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, or TNA. But it continued to use the NWA World Heavyweight and Tag Team Championships as part of its agreement with the NWA. After the agreement ended in 2007, the company created its own TNA World Heavyweight and TNA World Tag Team Championships. The promotion was purchased by Anthem at the beginning of 2017, and in March of that year was fully rebranded under its current name, Impact Wrestling. Many wrestling fans consider TNA to be the cockroach of the wrestling industry, meaning that even if a nuclear bomb dropped on the planet and destroyed all life on Earth, TNA would still probably run shows.
Going to TNA to try out is a pro wrestler's dream come true.
I mean, sure, okay, if you got rejected by WWE and Ring of Honor, and nowadays, AEW.
But it's in Kentucky, so that's kind of a cheapskate's worst nightmare.
You better get up there.
I was wondering how much per gallon is your gas over there, regular? Right now, I'm marking every location as far as gas points. I think if I do this correctly, I can make this trip cheaper driving.
I'm not happy about this road trip. I don't really want to go.
I wonder if he realizes that he's bringing his mother, who clearly, by the way, doesn't want to be there, to a goddamn job interview.
You prepared, you did everything that you could. You're ready for this.
Yeah.
Why does his mom sound more fired up than he does?
All wrestlers need to be tan. It's a fact. Everyone needs to look like a Greek god. I make my own tanner because tanning in a tanning bed just costs a little too much. I use tea bags and put it in a spray bottle. Just kind of let it sit for a little bit. Spray it on myself and it gets that nice olive glow. Oh, it's gold.
That's okay, you're used to it.
This is a grown man getting sprayed with tea out of a spray bottle by his mother because he's too cheap to get into a tanning bed.
Making sure everything is covered evenly.
Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome, sweetie.
I don't know if they see something that I don't see, but he looks exactly the same to me.
I had my boots taped up like I usually do.
Oh, not the tape.
I have my old tights, but you know what? They've lasted this long. I'm sure they'll get through the day.
Okay, so quick recap. He's going to his TNA tryout in boots he has to tape to keep together, old, dingy, and possibly foul-smelling wrestling tights, and a tea bottle spray tan. From the ground up, this dude is a mess. I'm sure this will go well.
Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
Matt
Magnus.
Saxon.
Magnus.
How you doing? Chris Sabin.
Matt
Nice to
Saxon.
meet you.
How you doing?
Kurt
Angle.
Saxon.
Nice to meet you. Are you saving money on shoestrings? That's why you're wearing the tape?
That dude who can't believe the state of Matt's boots, yeah, that's Kurt Angle, one of the most celebrated amateur and professional wrestlers of all time. He won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck.
Your boots are one of the most expensive things to buy. Why not just hold them
Shoestrings are
together?
99 cents, brother.
My God, look at Kurt Angle's face here. He cannot process the creature that is standing before him, and it looks like his head is about to explode.
Remember that, you only get one chance to make a first impression.
Oh, this is going well.
There are some things where the investment is necessary, and gear is one of them.
Well, let's see what you got.
What did you guys think?
Honestly, a long, long way to go. That window of opportunity is getting smaller and smaller.
Translation, don't quit your day job.
You can't come out with tape on your boots.
I can't believe someone had to tell him that.
If you really want to be the number one attraction, you gotta look like the number one attraction. You know what I mean?
Pro wrestling is my dream job. It's definitely my lifestyle. But being cheap and saving money, that's my life.
If you're not willing to invest in yourself, how can you ever expect anyone to invest in you? Matt truly is a puzzling individual. He's put in all kinds of extra work in order to get the training he needs for free, but when it comes time to make a financial investment in his future, he seems completely unwilling or unable to take that next step. And for this reason, I fear that Matt Rivera's dream of one day becoming a professional wrestler will remain unfulfilled. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of It's Still Real to Them. I hope you all learned some valuable money-saving tips on your way to financial independence. Speaking of financial independence, if you enjoy these videos and the things that I do on this channel, please consider supporting the Patreon. Links in the description down below. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.